I love the UFC. I love being in it. You know, I worked my way to get to the top, and the UFC is the top in this sport. I always say UFC is to MMA as NFL is to football. You know, it's where everybody wants to be. It's where you get paid the most overall, you know, across the board. And even though I still don't think we get paid enough as fighters, you know, I'm doing the best that I can right now. As far as Dana White, he's a shrewd businessman. It's how it works. It's how he got the sport to where it is. He's done a very good job promoting and making it what it is today. He may not be the most personable to me, but can't really say anything bad about him. He's a businessman. It is what it is. Craziest fan encounter. I've had a lot of them, but I'll just pick two. One was somebody offering to fly me out to their home to beat them up and pay me money for it. So that was a little creepy. Luckily, I did not meet them in person. It was over like email and messages and stuff. And then somebody else that was basically stalking me, had to like pursue a restraining order and things of that nature. And that was back when I was like 18 years old. I wasn't even popular yet, and had to get like tell my dad and my coaches about him, and blocked him and his whole family because he'd use other family members' accounts to try to talk to me. And then at one point was like coming to my fights and stalking me at like Walmart and shit. So crazy time. Luckily I have a lot more good fans than bad. So my nickname, Fear the Maverick, came around because of my personality. I'm basically way too nice to opponents, or at least used to be. And when we would do weigh-ins or something like that, I would go up to my opponent and be like, "Hi, I'm Miranda. You know, God bless. Hopefully everybody's fine tomorrow, nobody gets hurt, etc., etc." And my coaches were like, "Quit being so nice. You need to make them fear you. You need to make them fear the Maverick." And of course, before that, it was just Miranda the Maverick. My last name worked really well as a nickname. So it stuck, as the coaches would be like, "Make them fear the Maverick." And then, you know, voila, you don't get to choose your nickname, so Fear the Maverick it is. The truth is, yes, I get pressured to look a certain way for marketability, but I wouldn't even say look a certain way. I'm completely fine with looking fit, looking feminine, being myself within that. Like, I curl my hair, I put on makeup, I want to be that. I want to present myself in the best way possible. But I do get pressured to act a certain way, I guess. But I would never go down that road. You know, the whole OnlyFans road, the whole be sexual within this sport. I don't agree with it. I'm not okay with it. And so I'll never change to go down that road. But I do know the pressure's there. You know, a lot of these females that are in fighting and in professional sports in general probably make more money off their OnlyFans content and things that are similar than they do from actually fighting. And it's one of those things that's like, man, like, I guess that's a good opportunity, but I'd never go against my morals. And at the end of the day, I'm trying to reach salvation. I'm not trying to make the world of men happy. What advice would I give 20-year-old me? Honestly, I'd tell her to keep trucking. There's gonna be light at the end of the tunnel. Believe me, like, it's all gonna be worth the sacrifice. And just keep it up, you know, keep your life on track with God. Don't let loneliness or, you know, encouragement from outside influences affect you. I definitely had some downward terms, whether it be in mental health or relationships, etc., because I was lonely, or because I got homesick, or because of times where I was just naive. And I'd go back and kind of slap myself up over the head with that stuff. But as far as my career and working hard, I'd tell me to just stick at it. I think the gym dynamic used to be a lot more different for female fighters. It's slowly getting to where you kind of have a level of respect when you enter the gym and say, hey, I'm a professional fighter anyway, but you do still have to earn your place, you know? I know that a lot of male fighters and training partners will like go really light with me until they're like, oh, like, you can take it, you're fine. I'm like, yeah, I'm for real here. I'm trying to be good. I'm really strong. I'm athletic. Let's go. Give me, maybe not all you've got, you know, there has to be a level of control, but make me be skilled, make me focus on what I need to focus on when I'm sparring and training with you. And then there's the aspect of back when I wasn't married, like, man, you're a woman in the gym, you're already a rarity. People are gonna bug you a lot. But overall, in the gym, it's a very respectful environment now in the MMA community, and people are there to train, and that's just how it is. You'll have some gyms that aren't, you'll have some gyms that have drama. That's gonna be everywhere. You just have to sift through it, put your stamp on what you stand for, make sure that you say no and draw lines where you need to. What's the craziest misconception about women in UFC and MMA? I actually wrote a paper in my undergrad about stereotypes in women's MMA. The problem is a lot of them are pretty true, but I think a misconception is that all of us are like mean or these bad people, like you got out of jail or you're abusive or this and that. I think it's more and more changing to not be like that now that the sport is becoming more popular, more people know about it. But especially in the start of the sport, you're obviously a lesbian. You obviously have to have colored hair and a bunch of piercings and a bunch of tattoos and be in jail and out of jail, have abusive relationships, all this stuff. And my whole thing is being against any of these stereotypes in MMA. And a lot of us are so friendly, so nice to be around, so many unique personalities and backgrounds within MMA. It's kind of an adventure itself, getting to meet all these other women within the sport.